today's episode of From the Pads to the Bags, no coach, no problem. We're going to be breaking down Manny Pacquiao's signature 7-punch combo on the heavy bag. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that this kind of translates. Here he is on the pads with Roach here, using that as kind of a filler move to chase his opponent down, okay? Chase him, get him to the ropes, but using that same combination right here. Boom, 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 pendulum, and chase him down to set up another shot. But we're going to take a look at it kind of unconventionally in a fight at how this technique kind of plays out, all right? Now, we're going to draw some parallels because this is backwards here, right? But let's go ahead and go back to the video. We're going to break down what we're seeing here. Go back to that same one that we broke down here. Here we go. And it's going to start off with him kind of taking a step, and he's going to be throwing these punches kind of all on the line, all with his weight right here on the front foot here. And it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this one, he's going to pendulum step, and now he's going to be shifting his weight to the left side of his target, okay? When he's kind of on the front foot here, and he's throwing these punches, his head is kind of to the right side of the target, just a little bit, and then he shifts his weight to the back foot with that first pendulum jab. Now this one gets him back to the line and sinks his weight to the back foot to allow him to get more weight into this punch, okay? Now, it's going to be a couple of 1-1 or 1-2-1s, right? And then this pendulum jab here that he throws to break down the distance between him and his opponent. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and that allows him to shift his weight forward, right? And set this bigger punch up. So, real quick, in the fight, it winds up looking a little different as Pacquiao uses a very similar move that he was using there in the fight. Double jab, right? Shifts his weight to the back foot and puts himself into position to throw that rear hand, okay? Now, from that rear hand position where he gets to the front foot footwork pattern, he's throwing that rear hand. He uses that position to pendulum out and throw that cross. In this instance, he's not going to be throwing any combination punches in between. He's just going to be going straight from his left hand straight into the next leaping left cross, or leaping right cross in Manny Pacquiao's case. Again, all punches that he actually drills in this little sequence here, okay? Manny Pacquiao's most famous boxing drill, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, pendulum, 1, 2, right? So, we're going to go ahead and put this guy on. In the background, we're going to be taking a look at me teach you guys how to do that drill, okay? So, where did this other guy go? Here we go. Back. Make this guy small. Not that small, guys. Maybe this small. Move him over here. All right. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys, break this down and kind of show you guys how to practice this drill yourselves. Okay? Now, it's actually a pretty great drill when you get in the groove of it. Allows you to practice your pendulum steps, your 1-2s, and practice your pendulum cross. Okay? So, again, Manny Pacquiao's had a pretty successful career, and this is probably his most famous drill. All right, so today I have the line down, and this is going to be my opponent's head. Now, when we actually fight somebody, we don't get to start here, okay? We got to move around, and if you notice when Pacquiao's moving around, sometimes he's here, and then he's trying to find a way to jump onto the line to throw his combination, right? But you have to work your way to there, okay? Again, boxing takes place in 3 phases. You got to get on the line with your opponent in a clever and controlled and manipulative way, right? So you can make sure that you're safe and your opponent is in danger. Then you have to cross their line and throw punches. If you probe them from this position, you got to hit them with this hand. If you probe them with this hand, you got to hit them with this hand. And you got to be able to cross the line after getting here safely to land your attack. And then you got to leave the line and you got to be safe. You got to make sure that you don't get hit. Okay? So these kinds of line drills, they're going to teach you the mechanics for your striking, okay? But you still got to learn to box by moving around the bag and stuff, like you see Pacquiao. But we're going to break it down a little bit and show you the footwork now. This is my opponent's head, and as I approach the line with my left shoulder, if I'm like, don't hit me here, right? And I'm coming here so I can get to a position where I can cross his line, right? You're going to start by crossing your heel over the line first, okay? Now, when we get here and we practice with the line, it's very tempting to try to have one foot on each side, but now my weight transitions are so not comfortable, right? And that's because a lot of times we try to make sure that the ball of our foot doesn't overlap with any of the position of our back foot. And that's just not going to be the case. So I don't recommend you use a rope, right? Use like tape or something on the ground. But don't worry so much about the ball of your front foot. When you need to be on this side of the line on the back foot, no matter where this foot is, you can achieve that, right? Okay? Now, if your heel is on the right side of the line, even if you get your ball, you can't really get your head over there, right? So it's going to be dictated by where your heel is, not by the ball when you want to get to the front foot. So don't worry about that aspect of it when you're trying to cross and play your boxing games, okay? So, we have a few of interesting moves to practice today on the line drill, which is why I included it today, because it's going to be a little more difficult. But what we're going to be doing, essentially, we're going to start on the line with our opponent. We're not going to worry about the step on the line. We're just going to get one heel on each side of our target. We're going to bring our head to the line, and now we're kind of in this neutral position where both of us, me and my opponent, if we're locking eyes here, we could just Wing Chun straight punch each other in the face. Okay? It's no big deal, right? Where our shoulder, when we throw the left hand, is going to be a little closer than the right hand, right? We're going to be kind of tapping it, but mostly our head's not really going to be moving, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the next punch, we're going to pendulum step forward, okay? So we're going to bring our weight from the front foot here with the front foot footwork pattern, and we're going to go from this position here to this position here, okay? To a back foot footwork pattern with our weight over the back foot, okay? So we're going to do that. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And now we're going to again want one heel on each side of that line, okay? And then we're going to want our head on the back half of that line, okay? So we're going to start here again. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now we're going to shoot our jab. And as we go up, we're going to shoot a jab. And then as we come down, we're going to shoot the second jab and sink our weight onto the back foot, okay? So we're going to go up, and now we're going to go down, and that's going to allow us to sink our weight to the back foot, and now we're going to cross the line with our rear hand, okay? And that's going to be what allows us to get the weight into our shot, and also make sure that we're able to close the distance on our opponent, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, so that we can continue to hit them with that shot, right? As they move away from us, okay? Now, when we practice it, okay, the pendulum step is a very dangerous move, okay? So I want you to pay attention to how we threw a punch going down, going up, and then going down, right? We threw one on the way up, we threw one on the way down, and then we threw a punch next. Our opponent has infinite opportunities to hit us when we're in the air, okay? So we're going to be using these punches to scare and push our opponent away, okay? With these kind of probing punches, all right? Now, when we're on the front foot, okay, and we're going to be throwing our jab, okay, we throw a couple of different jabs in this routine, all right? We're going to be throwing this probing jab here, but we're not really changing positions. We're not transitioning our weight. We just go 1. And we're going to be throwing a probing rear hand. If you're southpaw, probably you are for watching this. We're going to throw a probing this shot. It's just an easy, quick shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And then we're going to throw a real cross here. And we're going to shift our weight to the back foot. But we're going to be doing it with the pendulum step. Okay? We're going to be adding it to that move. But 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's an extra beat. If our opponent was able to just counter this jab here, right? It's the same as me going here and then just sitting here. Okay? So I got to control this beat here. Boom, 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 boom. Right? The 1, 2 will control the beat here, but now I need a 1, 2 here, right? So again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and you'll be able to control all the beats. But again, this is a very, very difficult maneuver to pull off because there are 7 punches, right? 7 punches, and you got to be punching on every beat while you're shifting your weight and crossing the line, right? It's very, very difficult. So we're going to get on the line with our opponent. Again, the ball of the foot can be on the right side of the target, it doesn't matter, but the heel on the other side. One heel on each side of the target. Now we're just going to kind of lean forward to the front foot a little bit, and we're just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to pendulum step, up, jab down, and then throw the straight punch, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, okay? Now, if you want, you can start moving around the bag, right? Circling, move, using your active guard, okay? And now we're gonna find a position to set that combination up, okay? Just like Pacquiao's doing in the video. But we have to get on the line with our opponent, and that's where learning to move around the bag through your active guard, which you do with the rope drill here. Cross the line, cross the line, cross the line, boom, 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 right? And you're gonna move through it. And at any moment, you can explode into this drill and explode into these punches. And your opponent may not be ready for them as you're cycling through your active guard, okay? I think that about covers everything. If you guys got any questions in the comments, let me know. So we actually were watching Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao on Patreon today. So if you're interested in the full fight film study, check it out. It's $10 to sign up, $10 a month. And if you would like someone to look at your drills, look at your weight transitions, look at the way that you drill and the way that you fight, the way that you move, and teach you how to be the kind of fighter you want to be, check out my coaching Patreon. It's one-on-one. I also have a private Discord with all my private fighters coaching and drilling, and you can take a look at what they're doing. It's no coaches, it's only fighters and only people who are sending in work. If you're not sending in work, you're getting kicked. So yeah, anyway, if you're interested, private coaching is $50 to sign up, $50 a month. And every time you send in videos, and if you want to work hard and you want to send in videos every day, I'll do my best to keep up and get back to you every day. Make sure that you're drilling and doing the things that you should be doing to grow, and helping you learn, as well as giving you access to all the coaching Patreon videos on Patreon, nearly 1,000 videos on Patreon. Anyway, also, check out the Fouts Boxing Combat System, where I have all of boxing broken down in ways to teach you to do very clever line drills like this that are not just great for teaching you to box and to move and to understand what you're doing in the ring, but to teach you how to build momentum, to build speed and build power through line drills like this that help you understand and conceptualize boxing. Also including my personal Fouts Boxing Combat System, how I think you should approach the line, how you should exit the line, how you should do A, B, C, and D, all of the above, okay? It's the absolute best way. In a few years, I predict everyone's going to be training this way. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. And yeah, thanks guys.